As you guys, finish up fall camp, you're getting ready for that week one matchup against IUP. You were able to play them last year in a close matchup that unfortunately kind of slipped away there at the end for you guys. I think, and talking to our group of football coaches over the last week or so, preparing for week one may look a lot different than preparing for your other games because there's just a lot of unknown. And sometimes that can work to your advantage, right? Because
Yeah.
the other team may not know some of the things that you're preparing for as well. But what does preparation look like for the Ashland Eagles for week one, whether it's game planning for IUP or just working within yourselves to kind of put the best product on the field to kind of get out on the right foot?
The first thing we do is we worry about Ashland first. And the whole first week of camp leading up, actually the first 10 days leading to our first scrimmage last night, we were just Ashland against Ashland. We're not talking IUP. We're not talking at UIndy. We're not talking Hillsdale. Those are our first three games. We are talking about the Ashland Eagles and our install and trying to perfect our craft. As we get into the second week here now, we'll start working against some IUP looks and run some scout teams and that sort of thing. But it's kind of, subscribing to the old John Wooden philosophy of not really worried about the opponent as much as more worried about yourself. Okay. And let's make sure we're firing all cylinders, make sure we're executing the things that we need to execute without worrying about the other teams. And, it's up to us as coaches, maybe put the players in those situations, but we don't talk as much about the opponent and we talk more about ourselves just to make sure that we're playing the game the way it's supposed to be played.
We talked a little bit about guys like Mike and Nick who returned for you on the offensive and defensive side, but I want to ask you about each side or each
Yeah.
phase of the game specifically, and what you've kind of seen from them in fall camp, and maybe what you're excited about, or maybe there's a position group that's really stuck out to you. So we'll start with the offense, and you mentioned the offensive line, and that is your bread and butter, as
Mhm.
it's where you've kind of spent a lot of your time in the game from the coaching side. But what have you seen from the offense this fall, and what are kind of your expectations, your hopes when the Eagle faithful come out to watch you guys play?
I would say I probably, since we talked about the offensive line a little bit and experience returning, I would probably next talk about the tailback group. We got our top two tailbacks back from last year, Tyara Stevenson and Orlando Kamara. And we were fortunate enough to have that group being joined by Will Hartson in the winter semester. And that group, a three-headed monster, actually a four, because we have a true freshman, Chris Maloney from Benedictine, have all performed at a high level in training camp. And you can see them already starting to get in sync with the offensive line in the run game and in the pass protection. And so the expectations are high for both those groups. If you look at receiver, we got our best receiver back, Jen Joseph, and unfortunately, last year he suffered a season-ending injury on a touchdown reception in the third quarter of the IUP game. So we really missed him, last fall. But having him back is huge. In the tight ends and fullbacks room, we got our starting fullback back at Colin Romanowski and our top two tight ends, and Brock Henny and Johnny Merrimee. And then the big question on the offensive side of the ball is at quarterback. We got a competition right now going on at quarterback between fifth-year senior Cameron Blair and redshirt sophomore Drew Novak, and it's been nip and tuck through spring. It's nip and tuck through camp. I purposely haven't named a quarterback because nobody's won the job yet, and so we're waiting, to go through the second scrimmage and see who's performed the best, see who is making the team play for them, and then we'll make that determination, whichever's best for the Eagles at that point. So offensively, a lot of experience coming back. Like you said, the guy pulling the trigger is going to be the whole key to the season on that side of the ball.